Saturday, November the 26th, 2022. This is number 3782. As I stand at the edge of the cliff, this is the title, contemplating the imperfections which I find so attractive about you, wondering whether to take that next step. When someone says, "It's been me," it is usually, yes, most often it's me. Is it usually? Yes, most often it's me. Do I have the air of a perfectionist? I can be one overbloated gloat after another about being one, and in that overachieving slacker way that makes it more impossible to achieve than ever. Or this is wrong, most true until lately. Not that achieving such a pinnacle had ever been anything but a fiction or a fraud. It's your imperfections I love the most about you. Well, they're lying, just as I always do. Even though the truth of it is, even though the truth of it, as it is said, cannot be underestimated in the slightest, at least in the grand scheme. That delicate architecture of what keeps us attracted, intrigued, and therefore together, my own imperfections stare at me daily, truthfully more of late, like the quick-panged fear of the onset of dementia, and are more uncomfortable than being in on the anti-joke that goes at least two steps over the mysterious, semi-impermeable yet constantly and sometimes wildly fluctuating line over which a joke that extends a reach over such a line has on that rare occasion solved the avian sphinx-like riddle of how to get to the other side successfully. But more often than not, by reaching any distance further than the snaking line, was when the bit was extended, so to speak, was offered, in that bold or simply unintended and therefore ignorant manner that put it past, whether just barely or well overshot, that ever-slithering boundary. By that very distance, it has either failed in that career-ending way that these things can, or else has mind-bogglingly slapped upon our dear comedian a curious respect or friendship-solidifying upward trajectory. How complete the eradication, how magnificent the win, or how obliterating the explosion, how permanent or short-lived the subsequent cancellation, so to speak, can with no logic be known as quickly and hyperbolically, I have such trouble with that word, and hyperbolically, as the very guesses of those present the instant the line has been crossed. We may each act as both judge and executioner, but none of us can ever really know the good graces. Are there significant social or financial ramifications? Will the mutation be negligible in the Darwinian sense, say, or will it become the stuff of legend? A reputation not only maintaining, but henceforth expanding. Or the timetable of the possible prison sentence, or the duration of the unruly quipster may inevitably spend in exile and or as a pariah is the great unknown. Time holds the inevitable answers to these questions. Nothing or no one else do, but nothing and no one else do. But let me tell you now that I still and forever shall love you and never announce less. I am at times fragile, it is true, but the harm that has been done is in all senses meaningless, at least to me. That's just part of the journey. One small segment of this long adventure of what you can get with me when it comes to such a complete and until death do us part kind of bond as we have, one into the other. Or what I'm really meaning here is the strength and the durability of my grip into you. It is exactly that inexplicable commitment which I ask you now to explain to me as it relates, but from your perspective. Oh, but there is no need. I shall not doubt, even if this confidence that is my downfall, or more in honesty, always more than that. I'll just go about my doubt privately, and what a coup if it turns out that I've been right all along, wouldn't you say? But just to be clear, it's not the imperfections I love so much as the comfort I feel in glorying in them. Not being bound by them, and in the lifelong journey of piecing together who you are and the never-ceasing attempt to piece together the puzzle of you and of us. Two, in some way, know as one will, of course, never know nirvana. A knowledge that'll remain at best unattainable and at worst a figment of my imagination until the moment I see right through it and into you.